Hi, this is Amy with the US Chartbreakers here at Zacks Traders Cafe for Monday, the 15th of April. Starting off with the S&P, which has done what its other markets have done already, maybe some days ago, and tests the 50-day moving average area 5105. Below that risks a move to the floor of that rising trend channel from October at 5030, maybe as soon as the end of this month. Managed to avoid that, and that there is an argument for that, given that there has been a slight sigh of relief in terms of the geopolitical situation. Then we could be back towards recent resistance around 5220, but obviously the top of that channel there, 5360, currently seems to be a long way away. The RSI also has fallen below neutral 50, which can be a leading indicator on the downside. So as things stand, one would be looking for the floor of that channel there from October. Moving on to the Nasdaq, and the Nasdaq 100 has been also dancing with its 50-day line on several occasions in the recent past. If we break back below that, then the next level down would be the floor of the rising trend channel from October. That's currently at 17,600. But I suppose looking at the way things are, one would not expect the downside to be lower than that. And in fact, there is a chance of a rebound today, given the sigh of relief, the relative sigh of relief that we've had. Initial resistance here, 18,400. Moving on to the stocks, and starting off with Argan. Here you can see that we've had a massive gap to the upside, hitting or exceeding the rising trend channel that was there previously, implying a $52 target. Now we're currently looking for up to a July resistance line projection from last year as high as $68, while we remain above the halfway point of Friday's range around $57. Moving along to another hopefully bullish situation, which is adaptive. Here you can see that we've got a potential broadening triangle base. Top of the triangle there, up there at $5 plus, which was basically 10 of the year resistance. If you're cautious, you're probably looking for initial target here around the 50-day line at $3.50, especially as that also blocked this market right at the end of February. Entera is coming up next, and here rising trend channel, a very steep one from back in December. Top of the channel currently heading for $4. We're looking for that as soon as the end of this month, while we remain above recent resistance on the way up around the $2.70 level. Next chart, perhaps not as simple as the last one, but we've got GraphJet. Here we've got a U-shaped turnaround here. We're back above the old support there back in the early part of March. That was around $8.40. Above that, we're looking for at the top of a rising trend channel that one can draw from back in March, and that's heading for as high as $16, which we would be looking for by the end of next month, while we remain above that $8.50 zone. Next up is a stock we haven't looked at before, but hopefully will be a regular, Houston American, and here nice turnaround there over the last week or so. We've got this falling trend channel there, which has been in place basically since the summer of last year. The line there, resistance line there at $2.40. Above that, there could be a new leg up to $3.50 by the end of next month, but ideally we stay on the right side of initial April resistance around the $1.80 mark. Another less frequent flyer, Indonesia Energy, and here you can see a massive gap to the upside on Friday, and here breaking out of the descending price channel around $3.40. Above that, we're looking for the top of the broadening triangle from this time last year as high as $6.60 by the end of this month. Nice setup coming up with the next stock, which is Lyell Immunopharma, and you can see that gapped up within a rising trend channel from the summer of last year, looking up to $3.90, while we remain above the floor of the latest gap at $2.70. So reasonably straightforward setup there. Moving along to Q32, and here beautiful gap higher to basically 1 year resistance. The view at the moment is that while we're above the old peak from last summer around $26.50, we're looking for as high as the price channel top from March last year currently implying a target as high as $41 by the end of next month. The Sonder is next, rather, and here you can see that we've got what could be a rising trend channel base, rather wide one. I mean, one could also argue that the top of the channel there is heading towards $8.90. That may be the conservative thing to do, while we remain above the 50-day moving average at $4. If you want to tighten up the stop loss, recent resistance on the way up, $4.70, so above $4.70, $8, or even up to $9 by the end of next month may be the assumption to make. We looked at the next stock quite a few times, Solowin, and here obviously quite a roller coaster in terms of the price action. The best that can be said at this point is that we do have a mini rising trend channel there from back in last summer, at the top of that channel there, $15.30, and we're looking for that. We can get a decent close above the 50-day moving average, just around the $10.50 mark. So it looks like we're going to get that, given pre-market is at $10.79. On to the last three, and starting off with Urogen, and here we got potential of a turnaround, but within a triangle formation, basically since the beginning of the year. The view at the moment is the longer we stay above that old March support, $13.90, the greater the chance of a move to the top of that triangle, so $21 plus by the end of this month. Finishing off with Zura, and here you'll see that it is a decent setup. The position is that we're breaking it looks like we're comprehensively breaking the 50-day moving average around $3.30. Above that, looking for up to $5 by the end of next month, or even sooner. That final dip at the end of last month looks as though it was a bear trap from below $2.80. That's it from me today. More updates tomorrow.